What's up, YouTube people and Islander fans? This is very self-serving. This is not going to be baseball. This isn't an unfiltered episode. This is just straight, flat out. I can't hold this in. Got to put it out somewhere. And for Islander fans who are friends or supporters or are watching or would jump in this because they see the hashtag or whatever the hell the reason is, we need to unite and understand that we are not going to take it anymore. This is absolute, utter garbage. Look, Lou Lamoriello has had a brilliant career as an architect and all that he did with the Devils. Nothing can take away from it. I mean, I'm dropping mics and, my God, it's like, people's pets are dying. What is it they say in Dumb and Dumber? Everything's falling apart. Because Lou Lamoriello was here to bring it all together. This was the guy who was going to do everything the Islanders needed. And it began with an unbelievable level of brilliance, as timing certainly fit in there too. But he's able to line up bringing in as good a coach as there is in the National Hockey League in Barry Trotz. And Barry Trotz did everything Lou Lamoriello hired him to do. Maximize the amount of talent he had, despite Lou trying to bring in every underpaid former Devil that he could. And look, I love what Andy Green did, and certainly, we've seen some good from Palm, some not with Palmieri, so on and so forth. Travis Zajac had a big goal in the second of the two conference final runs. But it was Barry Trotz that was the personnel move. Really, the personnel grew, Brock Nelson, in large part because of, wait for it, Barry Trotz. You had the identity line, a talented Barzal not maximizing what you needed him to do many of the times because his line mates weren't good enough. Thank you, personnel not being good enough, Lou Lamoriello, many of the times. But you did what you had to do and got what you could, and you squeezed everything out of that damn orange because of Barry Trotz. Then Lou woke up from a nap, decided that Matt Barzal and the team were being hampered. There wasn't enough offense, and he was going to fire Barry Trotz. They had an unbelievably, long and terrible road trip to open a season. You had a loss due to illness in Barry Trotz's family, and 100 other things that happened in addition to injuries with the team and people underperforming. And we're blaming that on Barry Trotz. Now, we compound that by saying, okay, we're going to open things up. And everybody gave Lane Lambert credit at the beginning of the season because the defense was opening up in the scoring. And look how many goals they're scoring. Noah Dobson, I don't think, has scored the goal. Last time he scored goal, I had no gray hair in my beard. All right? So enough with that. But you brought in Lane Lambert, who'd been around forever, never got a head coaching gig. I'm trying to get on the guy, but why? Been around forever, right? People get him all the time. Retreads get brought back all the time. He never got a gig. How many jobs Pete DeBoer got? Left one, got another. Even Bruce Boudreau got another. Lane Lambert, where's the job he get? Nobody running to go hire him. But he knew the Barry Trotz system that you didn't want anymore because you just fired the guy, but he's going to open things up more and all of that, right? And then you don't improve the personnel. They didn't do a damn thing. You want to say, okay, we thought they missed on Goudreau. Then, Johnny came out and said, Islanders weren't even in, never made men an offer. I never even spoke to them. They weren't even in it. They were in Kadri late and didn't get him either. They didn't make any improvements whatsoever. And they said, you know what? Wahlstrom will grow. Barzal another year. We'll open up the offense. And we'll basically ride Sorokin and Varley like Seattle slew. And that's how we'll win. It is unbelievable levels of garbage. Now, you can be an all-timer and then still not be an all-timer. I'm a Met fan. Ralph Kiner, one of the great people, humans, broadcasters, forget about just the playing days, ever. In terms of the Mets, Kiner's corner, grew up with that. But then we saw Ralph later in his career, not his fault, the Mets 4 and the Mets 3. We're in the 11th inning and there were no extra innings. You knew it was time. That's it. It's been time for Lou for a long time. He didn't do a damn thing for this team. He hasn't improved the personnel. It's not Lou being stealth. It's Lou being asleep. He's done nothing. Team not good enough. Barzal has 1,000,000 line mates. And yeah, they've had disappointments. You know, Anthony Beauvillier, look, not as good as I thought Beau was going to be. We'll be going back to that run in the bubble and him with Brock and Bailey on that line and some of the plays he made, and we're never going to see that again. I mean, they should have moved him in the $4.5 million or whatever he was earning as a trade piece. And I hate saying that. I love Beau, but they should have. You know, he had that huge goal, obviously, get you to Game 7, but it's just not going to happen. All right, going to be few and far between. The Parisi thing's been a bang for your buck, right? Pajot up and down. There've been some good, there've been some bad. We know the identity line. It's okay if it's the best fourth line in hockey. You can't have, sorry namesake, Casey Cizikas on your first freaking line if you're trying to win. I don't care how many Sorokins you got. Pelech's injury killed you because the depth of the defense hasn't been good enough since the Nick Leddy trade. That wasn't 3 weeks ago. Islander fans spent the money. They stick with this team. This is the greatest fan base in sports. I have said this forever. It's the loudest building. I've covered them for 20 years in 3 different sports. Loudest building I ever been in, Nassau Coliseum. Ever. I've always said the only thing close I experienced was being down on the field. I couldn't hear myself. Literally seconds after the David Freese thing with that game in Game 6. It was so unbelievably loud in St. Louis that I can't even explain it to you. But there's nothing close to the Coliseum. That's that fan base. They're sitting there with that dumb SUV and Barclays trying to bring it to you. Then they're sitting there now at UPS. It's not the building. It's not the chicken fingers. It's not the coach, even though Lane Lambert, not Barry Trotz, not maximizing what you need. The power play, speaking of former Devils, what is John McLean doing on the power play? My God, can we trade him for Stephane Richer, or Scott Gomez, or someone else? Jamie Langenbrunner available? What in the hell is he doing on the power play? They got no power on the power play. I mean, bring back that group Snap singing I Got the Power from the 90s, and you'll have more power than this power play. It is garbage, trash, horse shit. It's enough. I'm not sitting there, and I'm not, look, I cover sports. I am sort of rational with sports. But I am just sick of this. Aren't you? Aren't you? Please, drop comments in the YouTube channel. Get me on Twitter, and let's figure this out. Because I don't know what the hell we got to do. Stop the oil, stop the drilling, and Saved by the Bell, or Donna Martin graduates. I don't know what the hell we got to do to graduate Lou Lamoriello to the Hall of Fame and get him away from my damn hockey team. If you're in the Georgia area, you can catch me tonight and most nights or days, sometimes both. Rock and Roll Sushi. Come hang out, eat great food, and talk sports as I have turned back the clock and gone back to my performing and serving days. And come hang out with me and have some great food. I will see you there again, Rock and Roll Sushi, Alpharetta. If not, I will see you on Twitter, YouTube, Unfiltered. And my gosh, can we please, this hockey team is atrocious. Thank you.